Time to release the Kraken.
Live from Dark Pine Studios is recorded without edits or overdubs. This episode features Alamance County's own Stray Owls. If you like what you hear, give us a like and a subscribe.
Everybody set?
Let's do it, my friend. set? Yep, let's do it.
Some people run ahead of stride towards the sun, leaving raindrops behind. The silhouette reflects their darkness overcome. No looking back, each step towards the sun.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Somewhere between leave a dream before the truth got cold and small. Whispered into the screaming void. Can you micromanage my fall? Can't lead a dead horse to water with a glass that ain't half small. Stop kicking up more dirt than you can sweep under the rug. you and I in the circular timeline. I don't wanna waste half my life with some BS consolation prize just to be an extra in a movie of some replicant's dream. Rolling with Middleman. No backbones on these mannequins. Losing with the odds in this machine. Fail-safe rolling with Middleman. Burn batteries and gasoline. Deadbolt on these mannequins. But whose ghost is running this machine? Where'd you go? With time just slid after we jumped the shark. Was it exactly what you feared when the going got weird? Spinning the truth with square wheels when the going gets weird. That seemed good. It did.
Well, he hit the road and he hit it hard. And he was to the prison yard. He blew his top, lost his cool. Well, he was slipping to the burning pool. Another lost mine, another lost mine, open closed mine. Another lost mine, where he heard the whistle but missed the train. And he saw the truth with lane again. He fell in love. He fell from grace. He hid himself in an empty place. Another lost mine. Another lost mine. Open your mind. lost mine. Nothing was mine. Another lost mine. Healed his heart. Nothing behind. Soothe the soul. Another lost mine. Soothe the soul. Another lost mine. Excitement, a dead end. They decide to ascend. Existence unknown, yet courtesy is shown. If you wanna leave the way you came, that's up to you. Your debt's to blame. I suggest to you, the elevated 10,000 feet, bounded, barren, and bleak. They avoid unwanted stares from commoners, sided glares. Their presence imposed, screamed, shouted from their foes. Don't be concerned with what you hear. As time goes by, there'll be no fear. You will learn our ways. Surely
Scapegoats seem so lifelike, like a dial tone in the night. Telegraph your apathy with 100 rolling. Bubble across the tire fire when the ceiling started to crush. Dog in wolf's clothing just had to throw us under the bus. All you ghosts, more or less, are grading their own Rorschach test, encoding blinking lights with 100 rolling eyes, like a statue in a box with pieces left to move, walking around like a poor man's Howard Hughes.
All right, so we have with us today Stray Owls. So tell me about Stray Owls.
We started as a duo. Scott and I started in around 2015. We started. We played our first show in 2015.
Yeah,
but we actually
right.
started a few years before that, passing files, recording. It kind of started as a recording thing beforehand, because he and I had played in a band together previously in Wilmington.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
And it kind of, slowly evolved. We had enough material to record, and we recorded a few songs with Jerry, and then and Jerry was awesome enough to play on the recordings.
Yeah,
And
we didn't have a drummer. Initially, we didn't have a drummer.
Of course not. We didn't have a drummer.
So you sucked them in about then, huh?
Yeah. And but it took like 2 years, well, like a year and a half for us to record everything for that first album, because it's like we recorded a few songs and then we came back a year later and recorded the rest of it. But Jerry started in Stray Owls in 2017, so he's been in the band for about 8 years now.
Yeah.
It's just weird to say because it's always felt like a three-piece.
Yeah, and I just
Whether you
remember-
whether you wanted it to be a three-piece or not, you've been a three-piece.
Right, and it was one of those things where when we were recording, and Jerry was, we were at Ducky Studios and everything was going great. Toward the end, Jerry was like, or I don't remember who suggested it, but it was like, well, when we start playing our first show or whatever, we're like, do you want to sit in, or did you ask to have us sit in with us? I can't quite remember.
I think it was just kind of mutual.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, do you want to play at the? Yeah, at first he was just going to play in the release show for the first album, and then
It was fun.
Then a
So-
few more shows later, and a few more shows later, we're like, I think we're all in a band. Kind of like that. It was really just very.
Yeah, I like it when that kind of stuff.
Me too.
You know, I don't want to say organic, but
Right, but
it
just
was very
happened.
natural.
It was,
you know, and yeah, it was fun.
Where do you get your inspiration for your music from? I mean, is it one person, 3 people, 2 people? I mean, does one person bring in an idea? I mean,
It's an evolution. It really is. I think with the first album, it was more or less, like Matt was saying, we would pass, recordings back to each other. And then when I moved to Mebane officially, it was more like, let's get together, write these songs. And again, it was like, I had this idea of a chord progression. And then Matt was like, I had this idea. And just, for some reason, it just clicked. And I'm like, that's completely like, it was, strangely, it worked out quite well. And then sometimes, Matt would have songs from before, and I'd have songs before, in his old band, and myself just having songs sort of sitting around, and then, we collaborate and work on that. So, and that's kind of how it's evolved. And the same thing with Jerry. He himself, has songs, and we all just sort of work together. But as far as inspiration goes, for me, I can just be driving down the road and something will, like, lyrically, I'll just see something or I'll think of something and it just sort of, comes to fruition, or a dream or anything like that. So yeah, but.
Yeah, a lot of people recommend dreams, but I have a hard time turning dreams into songs.
Yeah.
But
Never remember my dream.
the idea of just seeing something or hearing a phrase and
Mm-hmm.
and it just starts a song.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So do you guys work them out? Do you work them out individually, or do you just say, hey, listen to this, what do you think? Or do they evolve that way, or is it a
Both, I
combination?
guess.
Yeah, a little bit of
or-
both. The most recent album, because of the pandemic, we kind of recorded most of them on our own and then brought them to the band. But the second album was much more, almost more collaborative.
Very cohesive.
And I would
Yeah,
like for
and-
that to be more collaborative.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now that we're past
but
that
I mean,
hump of.
I'm happy with what we did, for sure.
But it was
we don't really
different.
have like a set way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean, because I know some bands, it's like, this guy's the songwriter, and then, okay, this guy's the lyricist, and
Right.
then,
We
other
all-
bands, it's like,
we all
okay,
juggle
Jerry
it out.
writes
Yeah,
songs and Scott writes songs and I
Yeah.
write. We all kind of
Yeah.
And
pitch
and
in.
and like
And then there's also the
putting it together and everybody adding to each other's and
Yeah.
it becoming that.
yeah.
Straight out.
Evolution,
thing.
constant evolution, for sure.
Yeah. So how would you guys characterize your music?
No, I don't know.
Well, I know that we all have different inspirations and whatnot. I think, what is it? We talked about, like,
Psychedelic folk.
Yeah, I guess
psychedelic
putting
folk
this.
originally
Yeah.
was the idea of, like, psychedelic and then singer-songwriting. Because, I mean, I myself personally, and I've talked about this before, how, I grew up listening to a lot of, like, metal, Metallica, that's not only metal, but so much metal that was in my life, very orchestral kind of sounding. But the moment I picked up a guitar, I went straight to folk for some reason. Just very, simplistic, and something about that sung to me in my heart. And I don't know. Then Matt, what kind of music inspires you? I mean, when you're playing.
Well, I think when we first started, it was this kind of like idea of like Elliott Smith's straight or like lyrically, and then
Yes, yeah. Granddaddy.
mix with Pink Floyd, early Pink Floyd or Granddaddy's kind of weirdness.
Mhm,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Kind of merging the lyrical stuff with the weirdness.
Yeah, exactly.
But also
yeah.
noise and melody, you know what I mean? So a little bit of that. I don't know. That's kind of that's the gist.
Yeah,
That's
folk
the idea.
and noise together
Folk
Yeah.
and noise.
is
Yeah.
they don't usually go together. So
Right.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of another local group that I call Punkadelic. So it's kind of a variation on Punkadelic.
Mhm,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what are your favorite local bands?
Well, the first one that jumps out to me, obviously, is Them Damn Burners. They're coming back around again, but they're both, Scotty and Mo. They're not only just a great band, but also, they,
Good people.
good
The
people,
best.
the best
Yeah.
of people, and they
Yeah.
really like, we respect what they do, they respect what we do, and I mean, that's the first that pops in my head. But I'm, what do
No,
you
I
think?
mean, them damn Bruners. Nathan, Arizona.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yes, yeah.
And the New Mexicans.
Yeah.
Of course. But also, I mean, we've got, friends that live in Orange County. There's a guy, JPhono1. Sometimes he plays solo. It's this guy named John Harrison. Sometimes he plays solo. Sometimes he plays as a full band. But it's similar to our stuff, but I guess more jam bandy, if you want to put it in that.
Yeah.
There's a really great band called The Velt, which they've been around way longer than we have since their late 80s.
Late 80s.
I mean, they're kind of shoegazy, kind of noisy, but really, it's kind of like Curtis Mayfield meets My Bloody Valentine. Something like that. I don't know.
Well, there's a mind switch.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But
again, they really they took
there's
us under
Certain
their,
Seas also. There's with Catherine Whalen.
Yes, that's right.
She was in
Sworn at Zippers.
Yes, Sworn at Zippers.
Yeah, she was
which
one of the
they
original
were a big
founders.
band.
Oh, yeah.
And then our good friend Judy Woodall.
Oh my gosh,
she's an amazing.
she's
she
so
makes
good.
Neil Young look like he's never played guitar.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's one of my favorite guitar players.
She's
in the
on
world.
another level.
and she's a
yeah.
great human being. And I love her music. But sorry, what about you guys?
No, you hit a lot of people. That sounds good to me.
Oh, and Regina Hexaphone. There's another band that Jerry's in. Yeah.
Who's in Regina Hexaphone again, Jerry?
Sarah Bell is the songwriter
Right.
type thing, and then Nathan Brown and Chris Clemens and me. And we've been together off and on forever,
Yeah.
but more off these days than on. Just everybody's busy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a slow return to normal.
True.
So maybe you guys will get back at it here before too long.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Any favorite gigs? Any memorable gigs?
Well,
Keep
what
it
comes to
clean.
mind? Well, we played the Carrboro Festival and won an outdoor stage and nice setup and everything. And we start playing, and there's an apartment building next door, and the guy on the top floor comes out on his stoop and starts yelling at us. And
Apparently, he didn't know there was a festival going on.
yeah.
Even though they've been promoting it for
What, 6 months? Yeah.
months. Yeah.
So he eventually throws a broom at us,
Yeah.
There was a room. There was like
and then he put an alarm in his window, outside his window,
Wow.
that was played.
Yeah. So he was just.
He was a fan, yeah.
Then the cops ended up coming.
Yeah.
Like while we're playing, the
Right.
cops came and we're like, "Oh, this guy's getting arrested or whatever."
Yeah.
I think
Or
he's
talking
just
to.
talking
It was a
to.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was certainly.
That's definitely memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't forget that one.
No,
That was
absolutely
great.
not. And what was the name of that? It was like not a florist, but like a garden. I can't remember what it was, but they really were very nice. Had a nice stage. The sound setup was great.
Fifth season.
Fifth
Yes,
season. Yes,
they were
yeah,
great.
They were amazing.
It was
And
not their fault.
It was not their fault at all. It was just some reason there was an apartment
Crazy
complex. Yeah, and I'm sure he probably saw the stage being built a day or two before. But either way, yes, that was one of the memorable ones. But I personally like. We've opened for so many people, but again, there's one specific person that, has been, again, supportive, is Jeffrey Lewis. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him or not, but he's based out of New York. And, like sort of folk punky sort of, what's Rough Trade? He's on Rough Trade Records, right? And one day, I think, did he hit you up? And he was like, no, we contacted him about like,
They needed a. They was just like, hey, we're playing in this day. We're playing in Durham. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
do you know
blah.
any
Do you know
bands?
anybody? And
yeah,
responded, and
yeah.
then we were able to, open up for him a few times.
Yeah, there's a
It's-
great show at the
yeah.
Pinhook a couple years ago
Yeah.
with him that we really
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
I think Drag City that's for it, not instead of.
Oh, Drag City, is that
Yeah.
right? Okay. The label. Yeah.
So, any favorite venues?
Actually, they're pretty good around here.
Yeah,
The
they're great.
Pinhook and 506, The Cave. I enjoy all those.
Yep.
We don't play in Raleigh as much
Back
as
room.
you
Yeah.
might like. Yeah, the back room.
Kings is great. Kings in Raleigh, and then there's
I don't
It's a
know if
place underneath.
Slim's is still doing
Neptune's
stuff.
underneath.
Neptune's,
Yeah, we haven't
yeah.
played at Slim's in a while, but that's fun.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, back
Courthouse
room.
is fun.
Yeah, the back room at the Cradle is one of my favorite places to see
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Sounds good, and it's small enough that you're not, whatever, put off, and
Yeah.
you're able to see people that maybe won't fill the big room. So you're seeing them on the way up, perhaps.
Yeah.
That are should have a big crowd.
Yeah. So tell me about the album. It's getting ready. It's coming out. It's already.
It's
already
out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We sat on it for a while.
Yeah.
But we finally released it end of last year, and
Okay.
it, definitely a pandemic album. So it is different. Where we wrote, we didn't sit in a room and write everything together. It all came in pieces, and let's try this, let's try that.
And handing them back and forth and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it a lot. It was fun.
But interestingly enough, though, our last album, we were starting to promote that album, and right as we were getting ready to go on, we had some shows lined up and everything. Then the pandemic hit,
Yeah.
and sure enough, so now it's almost like we get a chance to do both.
Reintroduce that album.
Yeah. Play those songs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
how can anybody get in touch with you guys?
I think sending up a signal flare.
Yeah.
No, I mean, strayales@gmail.com. But I mean, all that information is on our Bandcamp.
Bandcamp's a good way.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Is that the best way for people to get in touch with you guys?
That or, Facebook, Instagram, all those fun
Instagram.
places.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah.
So just look up Stray Owls.
Yeah, either you'll see the band or you will literally see a picture of a random owl that's being stray. I promise you. Yeah, yes.
Oh yeah. I did that. I was like Stray Owls. Okay. Oh, there's lots of owls out here. I didn't know there were that many stray
Exactly.
owls.
Yeah, right,
I
exactly.
kind of
Yeah.
thought they were all stray. But,
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the one thing that you want everybody to know about the band? All right. What's the one thing that you don't want anybody to know about you guys?
Oh yeah, we'll
No,
tell you that.
Let's not get
here.
into that right now. We got cameras rolling.
That's a tough one because I mean we're not like a we're not out for the glitz and the glory and be like, yes, come book us. We just I think the entire time we get a chance to play in front of people, we just want to invoke emotion that maybe somebody has never felt or reminds them, and really that's kind of what we're shooting for is nostalgia or like,
It's a little bit selfish too, because we just want to have fun.
Right, exactly.
That's true. We enjoy playing.
We don't
so
even realize
yeah.
it, but it's kind of like, oh yeah, I guess somebody's gonna listen to this.
Right.
Not to be like, ooh, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I mean, one of the things I'm trying to do with this series is to let people know, what kind of talent we have here in Alamance County. And
Jerry actually lives
I'm on the border.
he's on the border.
I'm actually in
we're
Orange
going to
County.
claim you. We're going to claim you. You don't get out of it that
Randolph
easy.
County, but he lived in Alamance for a long time.
I've been I technically
I am definitely in Alamance.
Yeah. So we're the band, where we all get together.
From multiple counties.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, we'll
But
take Alamance.
Jerry
for
lives
sure.
on. I mean, Duck Key could easily be in Alamance County, just the way the road is.
It's in and out of
Yeah,
both.
it depends upon who's writing or who's
Yeah.
running the maps.
Exactly.
You
map
wonder
software.
how that came up with that.
Yeah, because you're right there at the border,
Yeah. Well, it's like you drive, like you're in Alamance, and then you drive into Orange,
and then you're right back in
pass-
Alamance
yeah,
County. How they did that, I
exactly.
don't know, but they did. Got any shows lined up? Anything coming up?
Yeah, the next one is in February. It's February 7th.
Okay.
And we're playing in Raleigh with a band called Heavy Denim. And we have something in March 29th. It's the Huron Street stage in Durham. We're playing with our friend Judy Woodall. But we have a few other things in the works that are kind of iffy at the moment.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, I didn't know if you guys, had any festivals that you're that you're booking or looking to book?
Not at the moment. No.
I mean, are you looking to do festivals, or do you
Sure,
want to?
yeah.
I mean, do you want to stay more in the smaller venues where you can, stay in touch with the audience a little better? Or
Well, it's fun
does
to
it
play
matter?
a bigger place. They usually the sound is more controlled and that's nice, and you're not as rushed. You're just, sometimes just throwing up in the back of the cave, you don't get a sound check, and the sound may not be that great. So it's nice to play a festival or something bigger.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, I'm trying to get everybody to get familiar with the local bands,
Sure.
and
Yeah. We definitely like to play bigger venues, I think.
Yeah.
If we have the opportunity.
because I know some bands are like, no, we want to stay in smaller places, and there's other bands that are like, I'm tired of bar gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
absolutely.
mean, we don't need a huge stage because just 3 of us and we only have so much. But I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think the last I'm not really sure specifically, but the last time it was like we were playing a festival. It was
You had a guy throwing a broom at you.
Oh yeah. So it was hopscotch, and we weren't actually playing the main stage or anything like that, but we were playing with a line of other bands. They were all great. But again, it was like no sound check, just get on, play, and get off, which is fine.
Yeah.
We're used to that. We used to play coffee shops, for God's sakes. And I think Jerry has a kit, so if we need to play a coffee shop again, we can do that.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to go like, okay, let's fine tune, let's kind of get our head in the game before we officially,
Take
play.
the stage and all that.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
What else can we get into?
Well, want to say thanks for having us. And
Oh, yeah.
This is a great place.
Yeah.
Oh man, no,
It's just a lot of
it's-
fun being here.
Really.
Yeah, well,
This is
I
awesome.
appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah. Thanks for bearing with us for setting up and all.
No, I mean, you guys are a lot of fun to work with. I mean, really easy to work with, and I appreciate you guys coming in. I'm sure there's lots of questions.
I think I wear a 10 wide.
Okay.
But I was going to say, I think, again, once people see, what we're doing, it's not like, I think I mentioned it the other night, like, I think moving forward, we typically talk, we haven't practiced, we're good friends. We like to keep in contact with each other and make sure we're all okay and whatnot. And I think with 2025 and moving forward, I think the idea is to kind of do more of like, because visually we're not Mick Jagger or, like dancing around. We're just 3 guys sitting and playing music. So I
Maybe
think
trying
we're
to make it a little more visual.
a little more visual, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to do. But
Without going too commercial,
right, exactly.
because I mean, there's different styles and different folks for different styles. Not everybody is the Rolling Stones. Thank God.
Right, yeah.
Because it would.
Not
It would
everybody
all
can
be
pull that
boring,
off.
after a while.
But if we could, 'cause I mean, we've played some venues where people are 100% in tune with just 3 guys on stage doing what we're doing. Not a lot of eye contact, not a lot of... And then some places, all you do is, you hear people talking and they don't really care about what you're doing. And that has nothing to do with us. It's just maybe the venue or whatever. But, how do we find that middle ground where we can make it visually pleasing if they're just sitting there drinking a beer talking and they look over and like, oh, that's kind of cool. What's going on over here?
Yeah.
So that's, what we're shooting for at least the next year or so. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's not what you asked, but...
No. Well, that's kind of the nature of what this part of the whole thing is. Again, just trying to get everybody to understand you guys and where you're coming from and what you're looking for and what they can expect when they come to see you. And like I said, the big thing is how does everybody get in touch with you?
Right.
Because doesn't matter how much we put out there if nobody can find us as musicians it's kind of all for naught.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
you guys got a website, strayowls.com?
It's just no, that's just our Bandcamp.
Just a Bandcamp. So Bandcamp is the best way to get
Bandcamp
that.
or social media.
Yeah.
Either way.
Okay.
Yep.
The best way.
Cool.
But thanks, Max.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
man.
Max. This
Yeah,
has
this
been
has been
great.
great.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So with that, get the fuck out of here. All right, we're done. Thanks, guys.
That was nice and painless.
It really was. Honestly, that's that's what I would like it to be. Is